Well, that's what globalists are planning for us. Back at home, the government is planning new rules regarding vaping, but they're predicting the rules will create more problems than they solve. Once vapes become prescription only, they're anticipating 450,000 Australians will go to their local GP seeking a prescription. If they do that twice during the year, that's 1 million extra GP visits in 12 months. Surely our medical centres won't cope with that, which will only expire then, black market vaping,
you've already got
or move people to cigarettes.
You've already got a situation where it's almost impossible to find a bulk billing doctor, if you can find a doctor at all. In the bush, it is obviously just a complete write-off. Smoking rates are higher in the bush generally because they're higher among lower socioeconomic areas. So this is just the most insane plan I have ever heard in my life. It will cripple an already stretched GP system. It will make it easier for people to buy cigarettes from a 7-Eleven, which we know will kill you. Cigarettes will kill 2/3 of the people who smoke them, right?
Yep.
Vaping, there is not much evidence there. There's a lot we don't know, but it is almost certain, and the evidence we do have is that maybe it's about 1/10 as bad for you as smoking tobacco. I quit smoking just after I turned 40, went to vapes, haven't touched a cigarette since, and feel $1 million. I run every day. If I have a prescription now where I can order it from the line, now I will have to completely unnecessarily go to a doctor, get constant repeat prescriptions, clog up pharmacies, which will have to dispense it, or I could just decide, you know what, it's all too hard. I'm just going to go to the local supermarket and buy a pack of durries.
Right.
And I already know people who have done that since it has become harder to get them. And it is absolutely insane. It's being driven by ideological, puritanical, so-called public health officials. They're usually not medical doctors, and there's a whole bunch of medical doctors who think this is insane. We're the only country pursuing this. In other countries, they actually hand smokers vaping kits and say, here, this is how you can give up. And every smoker I know has been able to give up thanks to vaping when they weren't able to give up under any other thing. This is madness.
Hasn't the reaction, though, been caused by the fact that vapes tend to be marketed towards children, and so people have reacted to that, and so that's what the government is really trying to curtail.
I genuinely don't know
rules.
what they're talking about when they talk about marketing to children. I haven't seen any marketing for vapes, not anywhere. Where is this marketing?
You know,
where is the
flavours and all
Where are
that.
the ads on the TV? What, just because they're yummy flavours?
Yeah.
But that's not marketed anywhere. Well, if you go anywhere to purchase a vape, they're exactly like smokes. There are no pictures. You've got to walk up to a counter and ask them, do you have vapes? And they will size up the person and be like, is this a 12-year-old asking me, or someone obviously above the legal age? And then they'll say yes or no and show you their wares. I don't buy this. Oh, it's been marketing to children. Of course, it's taken off for children because it isn't smoking. You don't need a lighter. You're not inhaling tobacco. It is a lot more palatable. But all I want to know is who in the government is mates with the tobacco industry, because as Joe just said, all you're going to do is make life a lot harder for vapers, and they'll go looking elsewhere. And who knows what elsewhere will be? For those younger generation, it may not be smokes, it may be harder drugs. Whatever they can get easiest is what they will turn to. And when you do, you've got countries like the UK who are still handing out vapes for free because they're trying to get smokers to quit, because the amount of people who are a burden on the health system due to smoking, and then you've got the death rate that you alluded to, Joe. It is utterly insane. So again, we don't know everything about vapes, but we know they're a darn sight better than tobacco. And one last thing on that, why is it that it's now been years and we're still saying, oh, we don't really know much about vapes? Why wasn't some sort of review,
I think the problem is that you need these sort of long-term studies to fully understand.
Yeah, but again, even a short-term one would be helpful.
Well, this is the thing.
Now.
Well, I don't think they can measure sort of the chemicals they emit and that sort of stuff and try to make calculations there. But I think in terms of deaths, there have been few claimed deaths. These have been very much contested. Compare that to the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people who die from tobacco-related deaths in this country alone. It is the most mindless decision. It'd be like having a nationwide ban on methadone in an effort to combat